listeners, and welcome to the Eclectic Collection. Today we're gonna celebrate. Not really celebrate. We're gonna complain. Uh, episode 121. I'm gonna call it 24 hours, but not really. So I was gonna say celebrate going on vacation, right? Because that's like a fun thing, and I love going on vacation. Everybody likes going on vacation. Although I find that going on vacation can yield its own problems that I call going on vacation. But we'll talk about that in a minute. This is a phenomenon that I have yet figured out, and I guess I guess I'm complaining, but looking for answers that I don't think will ever come. When you go somewhere and you need to stay somewhere, and you're doing a stay at a hotel, and it's not like a big week long thing or a condo or something that's planned for a long time, just maybe a one night, possibly if you're driving. Like I always drive down to the most magical place on earth. So, and going to Florida every year from Philly, it's about 15 hours. So it's quite the drive. And I could do it all at once, but I'm really not a fan. And you get tired and fatigued, and it always seems to be a storm. So I just decided to cut it. And it's funny, when I first started doing it, I would cut it in 5 and then 10, which was really stupid. But it was the way it was because I always leave at night to avoid the problems at the Capitol. It's always a mess around DC. So then I started just going in half, and it made it a lot easier. Well, about halfway through is this little town called Lumberton, North Carolina. So I end up staying there. And it's pretty much about 7 and a quarter hours on the way down. Well, I only get a hotel room for one night, and then obviously I get up and drive the next day, and then I get to where I'm going in Florida. The issue is when I get one of these one night hotels, just for traveling purposes, it is crazy to me that the average check-in time is between 3 and 5 in any hotel of any chain in the United States and pretty much anywhere in the world. Could be 3, could be 4, could be 5. I've never seen it before 3. I've never seen it later than 5. Obviously, if you get there super late, you could tell me late check-in, and you're going to get there late. That's on you. But the room is never ready until between 3, 4, or 5 o'clock. And sometimes they are late. Rarely have I seen an early room. On the flip side, it used to be pretty universal that noon was your checkout time. Now they've sort of started to make it 11 o'clock. And in some places 10, which I think is entirely too early and insane, especially for me who likes to sleep. If you asked for a late checkout, you would get a late checkout until 2 without any question. Now, if you do get a late checkout, that late checkout might be considered noon if it's an 11 o'clock checkout, or if you really fight, you might fight for 1 o'clock. But either way, if we function on the standard premise of check in at 3 p.m. and check out at 11 a.m., anybody else doing the math? That's not even 24 hours. So you're spending a ton of money anymore because what used to be the Motel 6 we leave the light on for you for 39, 49 bucks suddenly became 59 or 89 or now 112. And that's like with AAA discount for a no frills, nothing special hotel. I don't care what, Priceline, Trivago, all that stuff tells you. I don't care what rack room rates you're getting. Okay, maybe you have points or something and you get a free night. But for the most part, if you just, want to get done with it and get a hotel, even with a discount, it can range, even just for one person, to be anywhere from like 89 to 112 on a pretty standard day. And you're not even getting 24 hours out of it. You were never getting 24 hours out of it, which makes me crazy. But here's the thing. If I'm getting there late and I know I'm going to get there late and I'm obviously beat and I want to sleep, which has happened to me countless times because I'm notoriously late and I always say I'm going to leave at 6 and I never end up leaving until 8 o'clock. And then if I encounter massive traffic or any kind of delays or construction, because I'm pretty sure the entire earth is under construction right now, no matter where you go, never to be finished again. It's like a bad moment in time with like constant paving, and I don't know, it makes me crazy. Or bad weather. A lot of times you can get a really bad rainstorm, and in high speeds, that's no bueno. So you end up having to go very slow to do it. So you end up with like 35 miles an hour in a 70, which is horrible. So it can delay you. Well, this year I not only left late, but also got delayed. So if I needed a 7 hour ish time, thinking I was going to leave at 6, I thought, oh, cool, I'll get there by 1 in the morning, which for me is like early late. Well, I didn't leave till 8, so it already put me at 3. And then I hit about an hour's worth of traffic and some rain. So I ended up getting in around 4:30. I was beat, obviously, and fatigued because traffic, rain, construction, etc. When I got to the very nice Holiday Inn that I stay at, and again, it's just a Holiday Inn, no great shakes, and I had no problem. A nice place. I've stayed there specifically because of the location before, right off the I-95 corridor. The person was nice as pie, and she was like, "Oh, you got here really late. I became like a member or whatever." So she's like, "Don't worry about it. Tomorrow there's Denny's right there. Breakfast is on us, and you're supposed to check out at noon here," which thank God was a normal place, "but we'll give you till 2." Which was super nice. Now, I'm obviously dealing with this because that's what I'm being dealt, and that was a super nice thing to have happen because people don't do that anymore. But the more I sat and thought about it, I wasn't even in the room 12 hours. It was like sleep fast and leave. And if you're renting a room on purpose for whatever reason, you don't even get 24 hours, and now they've increased prices. So it's like I talked about shrinkflation before, but now everything is like so spiked and so high, and you're also not even getting the time that you were promised. Like at no point do you ever get 24 hours. So if you can check in at 3 o'clock, then I think you should be able to check out at 3 o'clock. I get it, maid service has to come in and clean the room and whatever, but even if you truncated it to say 20 hours, so they had like 4 hours to get in there and do what they have to do, it just doesn't match up, and it's just a thing that's just always been accepted. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, obviously. No, you're never gonna get 24 hours. No. So 24 hours, but not really. It doesn't really mean 24 hours. Anyhow, I'm a little perturbed by this. It makes me very sad. And on the way home, I had to do the same thing, except I was so beat and we were so late. Rather than try and make the 7 hours, I was like, you know what? We'll just stop in Georgia. So we stopped in Georgia at Hilton and had a good experience, and just left a little more to drive the next day, but because I wanted more out of my hotel room, namely sleep. If you like what you heard, then check out eclecticcollectionpodcast.com or follow us on your preferred platform. I'm Terry Tenaglia. Thanks for listening.